Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nothing But Reds. Liverpool just smashed Leicester City 4-0, completely dominated the game in all aspects, and we're going to talk about it. If you're new to the channel, thanks for joining me. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want more videos about Liverpool. And then also, if you're returning, thanks for returning. We're glad to have you. So today, if you watch the game, Liverpool controlled the game pretty much start to finish. I mean, there were some points in the game, maybe like the 30th minute of the first half. We saw Leicester kind of gain some momentum, but the possession at the beginning of the game was a little lopsided. I think Leicester ended up having, it was like 65% possession in Liverpool, like 35 maybe, something like that. But then once we got that first goal, that's when everything kind of shifted in our favor. But honestly, we killed it. Liverpool killed it. At the end of the game, the possession ended up being 59% in Liverpool's favor as opposed to Leicester's 41. So let's go in through some of the stats of the game, just some brief stats. 15 shots on target for Liverpool. 15 shots, period. Leicester only had 3 shots. 3 shots, none on goal. We completely shut them down. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't play like they normally did. Really, the best part about them was probably Sayuncu, however you say his name, defending. I think he was the brightest spot in that team. Maybe Wilfred and Diddy as well. But going forward, total fouls, we had 7 fouls to Leicester's 5. 1 yellow card each for the team, obviously no red cards. 3 offsides for us, 6 for them. So it shows they were trying to attack, but we play that high line this year. That's one of Klopp's new things, is playing that high line. So I think that's really beneficial in a team like Leicester that really look to play the ball over the top and get in behind with Vardy. That's really their only hope of attacking is Vardy getting in behind. Maybe James Maddison creating a little bit through the midfield. But corner kicks, 8 corner kicks for us to Leicester's 2. And then 2 saves for them, 2 really good saves by Kasper Schmeichel as well, and Alisson didn't really have anything to do today. So those are the stats of the game. Let's go ahead talk about the overall analysis of the game. So we started this game very similar to how we started our last 5 games, just coming out really energetic really early. In the first 5 minutes, Salah had that great chance, nice feed from Firmino, and he just skied it over the bar. I mean, Salah did not look really good today at all. And I don't know what it is, man. And I've said this before, all right? And it's completely true. He either has an incredible game or he plays horribly, and there's no in between, it seems like. What's crazy is that he leads our team in goals, right? But to me, it just doesn't seem like that, right? In the Premier League, he has 9 goals, but those are on his games where he's playing incredible. But right now, today's game, I think he was subbed out in the 70th minute, put on Origi. He just didn't have a great game. Leicester, they were being pretty bold, let's be honest. They were playing out from the back in both the first and second half. Even after the goals went in, they were still playing out from the back. So I was pretty brave by them, but they do have the players to do it, right? You look at Recuerdo. I can't even think of the right back's name. And then Sayuncu, Johnny Evans, and then of course Ben Chilwell. Then you have Wilfred and Didi, James Maddison, and then Dennis Pratt in the midfield. Those are some players that can really dribble and pass. So I think good idea, but against us, come on, they're not. They're just. It's not going to happen. I have a lot of notes about Trent Alexander-Arnold. This man is incredible. I love Trent. And another thing, the commentator compared him to David Beckham today. I don't know if you guys caught that. He compared him to David Beckham. He had that great of a game. Trent, all aspects of the game, incredible. Another player who had a great game, Naby Keita, but we'll get there. So Arnold, great defense in the 10th minute. All right, Leicester had that breakaway, and Trent played great defense on that. This pissed me off, and this is another reason why Salah didn't have a great game. So about 15th minute, 20th minute or so, Naby had a great feed through to Salah. I mean, perfectly timed ball. And then Salah he rounded the keeper, Kasper Schmeichel. And then all he had to do was back heel it or just a little tap to Mane. Mane taps it in, or he just feeds it to Firmino and Firmino finishes. What does Salah do? He tries to, at this impossible angle, tries to rip it, and it hits the side of the net. And he's done this so many times. he's just selfish. It was a selfish play, right? I just had to bring that up. And another thing I noticed, Naby Keita can dribble. I mean, he reminds me of Wijnaldum. Naby Keita is obviously a better dribbler than Wijnaldum, but Naby can flat out dribble the football. He just made defenders look stupid today, all right? And then another thing, Henderson can pass. Henderson had some really good feeds, those cross-field diagonal passes over into the corner to the fullbacks, either Robertson or Trent. Great game for Henderson as well. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning, the 30th minute is when we started to break down the possession game, right? So they had a lot of possession at the beginning, and then we started to grow into the game. And about this time, that's when Trent just whips a ball in. Great finish from Firmino. Incredible. And I've been waiting for Firmino to score for a while. I mean, he's been quiet. He's been quiet recently. But Bobby killed it. Great header, great finish. Unbelievable cross from Trent. Okay? So we go into the half, 1-up. Coming out in the second half, Leicester was still playing out from the back. I mean, me personally, I would have changed that up. I would have had Casper try to put it forward. But if you look at who they had on the field, they didn't really have anyone that could be a ball stopper. I mean, Jamie Vardy can be, but when the ball's on the ground, he can't really do it when the ball's in the air, in my opinion at least, especially with Van Dijk there. And it's not, especially if Fabinho was playing. If Fabinho was healthy, forget about it. There's no chance. So tactically it makes sense, but they just couldn't do that either. They couldn't play out from the back. We controlled the entire game. Trent, I wrote this down, Trent is the best crosser in the world. It's just a perfect connection every single time he crosses the ball into the box. It finds who it needs to find. I mean, if you look at Firmino's goal, same thing. He just crossed it in, found Firmino's foot, boom, great finish. All right. Robertson actually had a great cross into Firmino where Firmino missed it far post, but still a good cross. We were playing a lot of good balls into the box today. Fantastic. Now, we saw in the 63rd minute after that Gomez foul on the edge of the box, which kind of indifferent about. Nothing really crazy, but the momentum shifted a little bit, and I thought Leicester may break us down, but we held it off. And then Naby Keita had an incredible play over in the far right-hand corner where I think it was Dennis Pratt, but Dennis Pratt was trying to get the ball back after Soyuncu cleared it, and Naby just completely bodied him, made him look stupid. And this is what I'm getting back to before about Naby having a great game. He is such a good ball handler, and I don't think any of us as Liverpool fans have realized this yet because he hasn't played. He hasn't played. The guy is just flat out good. He is a great midfielder, and he can play all three of Klopp's midfield positions. He can play defensively if we need him to, right, which we probably won't ever need him to. But he has the creativity that we need going forward that we've kind of lacked. And with Ox out, unfortunately, with more ligament damage, this time to his ankle though, we're going to need that. We're definitely going to need that going forward. And he just showed again today what a great player and what a great asset really he's going to be to this team. The Soyuncu handball, Milner obviously going to finish that. And then what I really loved was the build-up play to Firmino's second goal. It was just flat out incredible team soccer. Incredible team soccer. You had Van Dijk poking it through to Milner passing it out wide to Trent, and then Trent flicking the ball, or really a driven pass into the box, and calm, clinical finish from Firmino. And I couldn't be happier when I saw Firmino run over to Klopp and hug him. I mean, that was just awesome. I love the guy. I can't say enough good things about Firmino. Okay, especially when he's quiet for a while, and then he has a great game like today. Trent, too. I mean, Trent had 2 assists and a goal. How about that goal, too? To take it first time, that is not an easy finish. That's not an easy finish for anybody, all right? And for him to take it first time, clinically into the far corner, past Kasper Schmeichel, who's a very respectable goalkeeper, it really shows you how good this guy is. And that brings me back around to the commentator. I don't know who it was today, but he compared him to David Beckham, really just with his ability to strike the ball perfectly nearly every time and to put the bend on it necessary for the strikers and the midfielders to come forward into the box and then finish the play. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about today's game. I really don't. I mean, everyone played great. Obviously Salah, I didn't think Salah had a great game. But what are you going to do? Like I said, it's polarized. He either has a good game, or he either has a great game, or he's trash and he gets subbed off. We ended up winning 4-0. Incredible game. I don't think anyone I really didn't expect us to win 4-0. You know, Sky Sports and ESPN and all those. A lot of people thought we were going to smash them, and credit to them. They got it right. What a game. And this is a huge confidence builder because now we're 13 points clear. Navi's in form, right? Coming in just in time because of Ox's injury. I was a little worried when Henderson went down because we can't lose another midfielder. We just can't afford it. We just flat out can't afford it. Everyone is playing incredible. And I'm going to bring up a point that I mentioned last time. This system that Klopp has in place is so universally accepted and understood by this team. It doesn't matter who plays. The team carries it out to perfection and absolutely kills the opposition. I mean, you look at Leicester. Leicester is a good team, all right? They're obviously good. They're second in the Premier League. Brendan Rodgers, I think, has done a great job over there. But I don't think their players are quite on the same level, obviously, as Liverpool. We are an incredible side, and this game just goes to show that. So we'll go over the schedule. Okay, so Liverpool, they beat Leicester today. We take on Wolves on the 29th. Then going into 2020, right, January 2nd, we take on Sheffield United at Anfield. All right, it's going to be a really good game, I think. Sheffield United, I don't think we'll lose, right? But Sheffield United, I like how they play. They play with a lot of effort, and I really respect effort. And then we got another Merseyside derby it's the FA Cup, excuse me. So playing Everton at Anfield. And then coming up on the 11th in the Premier League, we have Tottenham. So at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And then, of course, Man United on the 19th. Given the time frame that these games are being played in, right, very close to one another, it's a tough fixture list. But we've played all the top teams, and we've won with the exception of Manchester United with the draw. We just can't seem to get a win at Old Trafford. I'm not sure what it is. It was the same way with Rodgers. But, man, I'm feeling so confident in this team. And I was thinking today when I was watching the game, I used to be nervous. Like, maybe not, I was nervous last year, but 2 seasons ago, every single game I was nervous, right? Excited but nervous at the same time. To me, now, with us being world champions, the continental treble, right, top of the Premier League, Klopp having this system just ingrained into these players, to me, I don't get nervous before matches anymore. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. Let me know if you guys get nervous before it, or before the matches, but somewhere inside of me, I just think I've witnessed so many times where we've come back from being 1 down to win 2-1, right? Or being down 2-0, or for example, the first time it happened under Klopp, I don't know if this was the very first time, but the first one that comes to mind is when we were down against Dortmund in the Europa League. All right, we're down 3-1 at home. We end up coming back winning 4-3. That was the first time that I had witnessed, since I've been a fan, us come back from being down like that and not just giving up, not just flat out giving up on the game, right? Maybe the year before against Tottenham, when we ended up winning at home, when Balotelli scored, that we came back from that one. That was a good game. That confidence is so incredible when it comes to team sports, or sports really. All sports involve momentum, but momentum in the sense that we need to carry it forward in order to win the Premier League. The Premier League is just so competitive. You can't afford to drop your guard for any amount of time. Because look what happened last year. Being 7 points up, we lose in the new year, and then Manchester City come back and win. They win the last 15 games of the season. We cannot afford any lapses in confidence. And that's why I think games like today, where we dominated that game. Absolutely dominated that game. Where we have games like that against Leicester, who are a great team, that's just building and building and building our confidence up to where we're a world superpower now. And everything is supporting this idea that we're the best team in the world. From our comeback victories to us smashing Leicester at the King Power Stadium 4-0, to us winning the Continental Treble, to us being 13 points clear at the top of the Premier League. If you're as happy as I am, go ahead and like the video. Like it for Firmino. Like it for Trent. These guys are incredible. Like it for Van Dijk. Van Dijk had a good game. Alisson did nothing, but he's still the greatest goalkeeper in the world. The whole team, I can't say enough good things about the players. Naby Keita is the best midfielder in the entire world. And Firmino is the best false nine striker in the world. Okay? It just, as a fan, right, I support teams that are garbage as well in other sports, right? But supporting a team where all the players just seem to be happy and all the players seem to be motivated to keep winning, to constantly win, that makes me feel as a fan so good about the future. There's nothing more we could ask for. It's such a good I've said it a million times. It's such a good time to be a Liverpool fan. And what more could you ask for? Great win. All right. Thanks for joining me, guys. All right. Like I said, we'll be doing post-match analysis for the rest of the season. We got Wolves on the 29th, so we'll be going over that. Join me for that. Be on the lookout. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have a good night.